Okay, so I got a couple of the little side projects done here. Got this place a little bit better cleaned up. You can't barely tell because there's so much stuff in here, but got the cherry picker together. It's back here on the other side of the lift. Big cherry picker, ready to go to be putting the motor in here. This car, we have the LT4 and 4L80 sitting right here. This stuff here, LT4 and 4L80. And while I'm working on getting this welded up, I'm going to be welding up the inside here. I made a mistake when I was putting it together and didn't leave myself enough room to weld this edge. So I'm going to go through and weld the inside of all of these. That should be a good weld in there to seal it up, be nice and clean. The outside is done welded on the top. I just wasn't able to get down in here, so we're going to be doubled up on the top sides here, and then it's going to be a single pass there. I'll try to get in there a little bit better. I might be able to grab a smaller cup. I really need an angled tungsten, but it's kind of hard to do. That stuff doesn't bend. Okay, so I got this manifold pretty well welded out. I did 2 passes over each spot, so I'll take a look at it here. Oh, looks pretty good. It's still pretty hot. That'll hold. Stainless is a pain, takes forever. I got it bolted or clamped to this big piece of aluminum, try to get some heat out of it. Still has a little bit of warp in it, but it's getting better. I'll be able to put it on the belt sander and flatten it out a little bit, and that'll get it flat enough to where it'll seal up good. So, got that part done. I'm going to bolt it back up to the truck and get the truck in the air, and I'm going to figure out where I need to cut this here. So I need to have it aimed a certain way to get out from under the truck. So while I was doing that, I yanked the air conditioning evaporator core out, and or condenser or whatever it is, whatever that part was. And now I got a nice clear path here. I'm going to have to notch out the inner fender a little bit right there to get the 4-inch downpipe out and under. But it should fit good. So after I get the downpipe done and that crossover done here, I'm going to send it over to the other shop, and they're going to get the AC working or plumbed up. They're going to get an AC condenser in the front, and they're going to plumb it all in, make sure that pump works. They're going to get the vintage air installed here, and also do the battery relocation and some transmission cooler lines, and possibly a radiator. So this radiator's kind of exactly the opposite of what it needs to be to work right. I'd like for it to be have a split right there in the middle, and then go across and come back. So it's got both the inlet and outlet are on the same side, so we don't have this hose that goes down and all the way over to the other side. I prefer it just be a hose that comes down and right into the bottom of the radiator. So yeah, we're gonna get those parts done, and as soon as the AC is done and the radiator stuff's all done, everything's good to go, I'm going to pull the engine out to do the camshaft. These LTs, you have to drop the pan, and there's no room. You can't pull the pan with the motor in. So motor's gonna come out, and pan's gonna come off. Put the new cam in, and then it'll be ready for tuning. Yeah, that's about it. Okay, so I'm going to come down from here. I'm going to weld a V-band onto that manifold and come down and across underneath, right behind the little oil pan deal here. You can't really see it, it's a little dark, but that's okay. And then go up to my manifold that I made there. And then our downpipe is going to come on the outside, come down through the outside here. I'm going to clearance a little bit of this inner fender, probably get rid of this part back here, get rid of some of this, and downpipe's going to come right through here, right next to this body mount, and then do the 4-inch dump right about here. A little turn up. It'll be kind of cool. He'll like it. That's what he wanted. Okay, so I think that's about all for today. I'm going to have to drop the truck back down to get the stock exhaust manifold off and the manifold that I made off. I'm going to have to cut the 90 off the back of my manifold to get a better angle coming down out of the engine bay. And then weld the V-band to the factory manifold. Yeah, and then after that I can get the thing back in the air and do the whole crossover in one shot. So hopefully tomorrow, if I have time, I'll be able to come and do that. Otherwise, next week we'll be getting lots more done. See you later.